What's up, Financial Hikes? In today's video, we're going to be going over 6 well-paying tech careers that don't involve coding. I think this is going to be pretty good. If you guys don't already know, I'm actually, been, on my own tech journey right now. I had passed the Security Plus a week ago. But I guess by the time this video comes out, it may have been like 2 weeks or so. So I'm also getting into the tech field with cybersecurity. Just got the Security Plus. Also got a lot of the other one like A Plus, etc. So yeah, I think this is going to be super cool. First off, let's go ahead and go over the first one. So it looks like the first one is the system administrator. And again, before we go through all of this, starting into tech, it can be great. It can be cool. And I think this is a great time to actually do it, especially cybersecurity. And as you'll see, everything doesn't need coding. So, okay, love drawing and art and want to be involved in tech, then you may want to consider a career as a designer. Now, there are several areas you could specialize in, or you could do a bit of each. Now, some of these jobs include web design, user interface design, and mobile design. Others include design or even package design for companies that produce tangible goods. Anything like the basic job of a designer is to craft a cohesive look and feel for a website, mobile app, package, or ad that draws the audience in and keeps them interested. So yeah, this is again kind of great for the people who like to be artistic. Okay, let's look at the example. So for example, you could be designing products and packages for companies that produce tangible goods, or you might design ads and brand imaging or even web pages. Okay. And it looks like, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, at least from 2018, it was about $50,370. And here are the best visual design boot camps. So yeah, you can learn this in a boot camp. Now that isn't bad at all. 50,000, and if you like to be a designer, I don't know why I said system administrator, but you want to be a designer, that is something that actually looks kind of fun. It actually kind of sounds fun. Something I might actually look into too. Now, the second one, UI UX. This is something I've also kind of looked into prior to cybersecurity. Just like very briefly, because I love being artistic, but also like having good user interfaces. I feel like a lot of apps and different stuff have horrible UI. I don't know why they're paying them so much to have horrible UI. But another non-programming technical job is the user experience, the UX, and user interface, the UI development. Now, the UX and UI positions are different, but they work closely together. UX designers aim to create the best feel to a website or mobile app, making sure that everything works as it should. UI specialists create visual designs and craft interfaces for websites or mobile apps. So yeah, guys, if you are on an app or a website and you really can't find the main thing that website is about, it's super hard to find or super hard to read words, blame these guys. Anyway, especially in today's world where almost every business is becoming more and more concerned about providing a superior user experience for better user retention. User experience and user interface designer is a good go-to career for design-oriented individuals. Now, it's saying that the national average salary for this is about $93,653. And if you click this link here, I guess they'll take you to the boot camp like that they recommend. So that's pretty cool there. They're not bad. 93,000. Again, I kind of get frustrated when I see horrible web design or horrible mobile apps from places, and it's like, dude, you guys are paying these people how much, and it's still this garbage. Come on now. Like, if it's hard for me to find something on your website, then I think they definitely have an issue. Because if I'm having an issue, I know for sure people who are less computer savvy or older and less computer savvy are having an even worse time. So come on now. Technical writing. Okay, now this is for the writers, I'm assuming. Technical writers can write content on instruction for users, requirements for developers, press releases, technical reports, specifications, or other type of documents. You may be right for a technical writing position if you have a solid grasp of language and can break complicated topics down. They're the most basic components. Now let's go ahead and look at the pay on this. They said the median was about 72,850 in 2019, and the best paid, or the top 25% made about 93,000. So yeah, if you're a cool writer, a good writer, and you think you can help break down these technical terms to more basic terms, it may be something for you. My writing is okay. It like I kind of had to be in the mood kind of for it, so I definitely want to be a technical writer. But for you guys who love that, I think that would be great. Now, data analyst, and this is something I might be interested in as well. So if you're good at taking the big picture and breaking it down into individual components, you may want to look into this ever-growing field. The average base pay for a data analyst in the United States in June is $68,583, according to job listing site Glassdoor. Okay, so if you do like getting a lot of data and kind of breaking it down, making it easier, making it digestible, and reading it from there, I think this will be great for you. This is kind of what I do somewhat on some of these companies that I've helped out. Kind of just creating formulas from the data. Just I'm trying not to say everything on this particular company, but basically, I created a formula that any new show, like we were able to compare old shows that have been on the channel to new shows that we're producing for Samsung, and have it I guess correlate in the way that once this new show has been on for maybe like a week, we'll have enough data to compare through all of the other weeks of the other shows, and kind of just find out like the best show and like for the best time period, et cetera. But yeah, that's kind of like the I guess shorthand version of that. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool for the people who like data. Now, project manager number 5. Let's see. So yeah, most goals in tech are achieved through a project, from planning to creating the software, attaching it to hardware, implementing, monitoring, controlling, etc. These are all parts of the software development lifecycle, and project managers to keep things moving smoothly. You don't need to know how to code to be a project manager. Now, the average yearly salary is about 62,000. It's saying on this. And product managers are in charge of anything that has to do with the product, from the idea to how it's made, to who it is sold to how it is marketed and portrayed, etc. So if you guys like that, hey, that's something else. Now we got 2 more. Oh, never mind. We got what? Yeah, 1 more. System admin. All right. So needless to say, every organization in the tech world requires a professional who is responsible for tasks like setting up systems for employees, troubleshooting software malfunctions, setting up servers, backing up files, and many others. And a system administrator does this for them. To get a job as a system admin, you need to have a good understanding of general operating systems, networking concepts, system security, database, etc. So definitely you definitely want to probably take the A+ exam if you haven't already. I got a link in the description box for the Master IT on this, so you guys can go ahead and get some IT skills in there. And the average salary for this is 82,816, which is not too bad. And it kind of saying adaptability. I guess some of you should focus on like being adaptable, or at least that what you will get with this. Knowing how to use Google Sheets or Excel is a must-have. Yeah, definitely learning the Excel. SQL, having a basic knowledge of structured query language is another good skill to have. SQL allows you to manipulate and access databases. Yep. Ability to make a basic landing page. Okay. Using sites like WordPress or Squarespace. So yeah, that's pretty reasonable. And curiosity. Yeah, you definitely want to have curiosity in tech, so you can always keep improving. So yeah, I think it was overall pretty cool article. Again, this is not like all the jobs you can get in tech without a degree, but they had some pretty good ones on there. They didn't have cybersecurity, but I think they wanted to be different and not just list that on this one. But overall, I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing. The UI UX is something I'm for sure had to look into. Once I'm further ahead in my cybersecurity career. But super interested, guys, to hear your thoughts on this. Are you guys thinking about getting into tech? If so, if you had to pick between any of these 6, which one would you get in? I think they all pay pretty well, pretty well. They're all above the minimum wage for sure. And yeah, something that you can work, work a year, work for 2 years, switch jobs once you inside one of these careers and really take off. And I really like that. But anyway, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you are interested in getting into tech, like cybersecurity or just like tech in general, definitely check out the Master IT course in the description box below. I think he's still accepting applicants right now. There's two courses. There's the main course, and then there's like a basic IT course that he may still be getting people on right now. So either one of those, I think you'll do fine. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.